There was a boy named Jun-ho who always sat in the last row of the classroom, right by the window. You know the type. Quiet, gentle, head always slightly lowered. He wasn't shy exactly, just reserved. He liked listening more than speaking. While others shouted and laughed during lunch break, Junho would sketch shapes in the margins of his notebook or quietly watch the clouds drift by outside. And then there was Minji. Minji was everything Junho wasn't. She was energy in motion, the kind of girl who twirled into class 5 seconds before the bell with a grin that could disarm even the grumpiest teacher. She talked to everyone, students, janitors, lunch ladies, and somehow every single one of them liked her. If Junho was a whisper, Minji was a song playing out loud. For 2 years they sat in the same classroom, but they barely spoke more than a polite hello, not because of dislike, just distance. Different circles, different rhythms. That is, until the day Mr. Park, their science teacher, made an announcement. Everyone will be working in pairs for the upcoming science fair, he said, smiling like he knew what chaos he was causing. And no switching partners. I've already assigned them. And there it was, on the list, clear as daylight, Minji, Junho. Junho froze. Minji? As in, Minji? She was at his desk before he could process the shock. Hey, partner, she said, dragging a chair over and sitting next to him like they'd been friends for years. This is going to be fun. You're the smart one. I talk a lot. Perfect combo, right? Junho blinked, then nodded slowly. He didn't trust his voice not to crack. Minji grinned. Cool, let's meet after school tomorrow. Library? He nodded again. Minji gave him a little thumbs up, then skipped back to her seat. And Junho just stared at the window, heart racing. The next afternoon, she came into the library holding a tangerine and a giant grin. Sorry I'm late. I got distracted by a puppy outside. Long story, she said, flopping into the chair across from him. He pushed a few pages toward her. I was thinking we could do something on light refraction using prisms. Minji tilted her head. Sounds fancy. I can simplify it if you want. Nope, she said, popping a tangerine slice into her mouth. You explain it. I'll learn. And just like that, they were a team. As the days passed, Minji began to notice the little things about Junho. How he always brought two pencils, one for writing and one he never used. How he carefully adjusted his glasses before speaking. How he smiled just a little when she made bad jokes. And Junho? He had always noticed her. Her mismatched socks. The way she hummed under her breath when she was focused. The way her laugh made the whole room feel lighter. And how, when she leaned in close to read from his notebook, her hair smelled like peaches. He'd liked her for a long time, but secretly, quietly. The kind of liking that stays folded up like a note you never send. Their project turned out great. Laser pointers, prisms, a tiny fog machine, everything worked. On science fair day, their booth had a crowd. Even Mr. Park seemed impressed. Excellent work, you two, he said, beaming. Minji turned to Junho. Told you we made a great team. He gave her a shy smile. The next day, something felt different. Minji slid into the seat beside him before class started. But today, she wasn't grinning. She looked thoughtful. Hey, she said softly. I've been thinking. Junho looked up. You're really easy to talk to, she said. Even when you don't say much. He blinked, surprised. So, would it be weird if I asked if we could hang out? Like, not just for school stuff? He hesitated, then nodded, slowly but surely. And Minji smiled, a quieter smile this time, the kind that felt real. Cool, she said. From then on, they talked more, not always about big things. Sometimes it was about movies, or snacks, or why math teachers always seemed so tired. Minji still talked a lot. That was just her. But sometimes she'd pause and let the silence stretch a little, because she knew Junho was still finding his words. And Junho started smiling more. They weren't dating, not yet. But on certain days, they walked home together. And once, just once, at a streetlight, their hands brushed. Neither of them pulled away. Years later, people would say, Minji and Junho? Really? That's an unexpected pair. But those who really knew them would smile and say, no. It makes perfect sense. Because sometimes, a window seat boy just needs someone brave enough to sit beside him. And sometimes, that someone is a girl with mismatched socks, a laugh like sunshine, and a peach-scented world that made everything feel just a little bit brighter.